Hi, welcome to this one. Now, in this one, we'll be looking at another window function, which is called the row number. Now, like row number, like every other window function, basically helps you to, have some kind of aggregation going on in, and then also keep it at the level of the data set granularity. So, what are we trying to do here? So, with row number, we will be using row number to rank certain events. So we have this data set like, the mid-year population. So assuming we would like to rank this mid-year population table and try to know that basically for a certain country name and the country code, which year they did have the highest mid-year population, and basically not just the highest but basically have a rank. So for the highest you have one, for the second highest two, three, four, and so forth. So in this case we could apply the window function row number. So now also remember that the granularity, the initial granularity will be maintained, which basically means that we'll still have our data set the way it is. But the only thing is we have a new column that basically specify which of the columns is the highest and which is the second highest, and basically like that. So here we have the data set, and then we will basically add what we call the row number. But before we do that, I would like us, because here we have like a couple of rows, which is like 3,000 rows. And the reason why we have 23,000 rows here is because we have several country names in this data set, right? And yes, we could basically partition by different country names. We could look at the rank of different countries, but ultimately we just want to keep only one country. So assuming we would like to use Zimbabwe, for instance. So here what we will try to do is we'll try to only use the country Zimbabwe, right? So where country name is equal to Zimbabwe. Now, the idea here is when you run this data set, what do we have? We have like Zimbabwe population for different years. And so we would like to know which of the years had the highest and then the second highest and this kind of thing going on, right? And then we actually want to put a number to it. So here, what we basically do here is we add the row number, right? So here we add the row number, which is following the same window function format where you have the function that you want to put, which is basically, it could be row number, it could be rank, it could be count, it could be sum, and then you basically have this over. So basically the idea of the over is we are doing a row number over a certain partition, right? So, and the partition is maybe like in this case, this is the country name, right? So it is basically what group are we, doing the window function over. So it's like almost the equivalent of group by for the window function. So here you have the row number over partition by, so we partition by the country name, right? And here we could basically say, okay, so we order by. And then we decide to order by. This is the first time in this module that we will be looking at the order by for the window function. So what is the idea of order by in this window function? In the window function, where we are going to be ranking, we need to order by. So we need to tell the query how to rank. So are you ranking from lowest to highest, or are you ranking from highest to lowest, or are you ranking by maybe the year, for instance, or are you ranking by the mid-year? And how do you want to rank, descending or ascending? So in this case we will be ranking by the mid-year, right? So here we put this as the rank, right? And then we just basically come and say the row number. So here we could basically have, and then we would, since we would like to also see the year that had like, the highest mid-year population to be, the number one. And then this will mean like we have to put some kind of descending. So basically you have the highest population down to the lowest. So here, when you run this query, if you run the query like this, you will get your result. However, just because we would like to, make it more presentable, then we will order by. So here we have the first, second, third, fourth, and then the new column will be the fifth column. So we will order by 5, and this will be on an ascending, level. So here we have like row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, down like that. Or, to make it even much more clear, we could copy this so it could basically order by this. So here, when we run this query now, we will get the different order by. And then we will see that for the year 2050, you will have the mid-year population, this, which is basically the highest. And then basically it just goes down like that. So this is how to conduct some kind of row number. So here, the idea is with the row number, we still maintain the granularity anyways, right? And we basically can now do some kind of row number for, and add a new row that basically puts the row number. So assuming we have been, tasked with basically getting the year for each country, right? For each country, we would like to know what year is the third highest year in terms of the mid population for each country. Now you see that I already removed the where function. So this basically means that all data sets will be all country names will be brought back. So if we run this query, we will have all the countries, and then basically, since we are ordering by the by the row number, it basically brings the first case for every country, and then it will go and bring the second case for every country. But if we would like to know the third, year for every country, then we will just make this row number a subquery, right? And then we'll make the initial query a subquery, and then what we will do in this case is basically we will just say select star from. So here we are selecting all this data from this subquery, which is the one that we already outputted here, and then it will say where row number is equal to maybe 3. So here, because what we are doing now is basically we have this data set that we have written the query that brings out the data set of each country and the rank of the population for that year. So, but we would like to know what year ranks the third for each of the countries, right? And then in this case, what we did is first we did like a general row number for every country, and then we basically now select the row that equates to number 3, and this will give us the third case for every country. So when we run the queries, what do we get? So here we will get the third case for every country, and the year, the line that corresponds to the third for each country, and then you could see it just here, right? And this is the idea of the row number. This is the idea of window function. Now you see how powerful the window functions are. A group by might be very, very difficult to achieve this kind of analysis. It will probably be very difficult to achieve this with a group by, but it's very, very effortless and very, very efficient with a window function. So with this, catch you in the next one when we discuss some more window functions. Thank you. Bye-bye.